sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something I have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mariota now. He's got his man. This is Tate. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mariota. Another catch for Tate. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Mariota. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for the team's first sack of the game. And that's their Chargers look like the face with a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
It makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try to get back in the pocket and meet him there?
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-0 right now.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw, Pickett. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Saints had 4-9 now on the year. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett finding Taysom Hill complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Pickett. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Off play action, Pickett. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play of the drive. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Open man is Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Olave holds it in. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
It's Pickett on the keeper. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kenny Pickett with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
After the touchdown, runs to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, Mariota. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Pickett sets up play action. This one taken in by Olave. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Pickett will look to throw it here. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Pickett. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. Those Browns are winning right there. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get scattered up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. After the pick six, here's Pickett to try again. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
I like the boldness of that play call from the offensive coordinator because he wasn't daunted even by the double coverage he expected to draw to the tight end. The result, a huge gain and a major shot of confidence for everyone on the offense.
Pickett to throw on first down. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Kamara up the middle. Down to about the 22 here. Now is signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will take the lead on 13-10. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Pickett. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Richie Grant. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he'll find his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is...
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the third time in this game. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 31, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Gets this one to Hill. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 57 yards. And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score. Valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Mariota. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose for the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at the 33. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Throw left side complete to Troutman. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. And Kamara with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Wants to try to end the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Touchdown, wants to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll run with Patterson, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold, dude.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Run got a couple here, 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Pickett. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Pickett. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
That's good on the extra point. These guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on it. Touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. 144 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, going back to Patterson. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He completes it to Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. To the ground now. Patterson looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Mariota to throw it. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Drake London. A 9-yard touchdown grab. Coup for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Saints 34, Falcons 31.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly a disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. He completes it to Olave. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 77 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
This defense needs a big play the worst way, because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Gotta hold him to 3. Touchdown, Saints! Alvin Kamara with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Saints will add to their 4th quarter lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that? I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, we have a lead late. Don't just tuck in and try to ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route go deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk in the flag.
Here's Mariota. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now Mariota. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
To throw, Mariota. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot. It's 3rd down.
When the leading on the football quarter, the radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one we're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Mariota. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 1-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one is an understandable